So we are here at Fort Metal Cross in Dixcove in the western region of Ghana, and we are about to learn the history behind this fort. Follow me.
Hello guys, welcome to the channel once again. If it's your first time being here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also like the video as well. Here is Fort Metal Cross in Dixcove in the western region of Ghana. This is one of the most beautiful forts I've ever seen. And visiting here, I'll be your guide through this video as I'll be translating some of the language in this video.
So we are here at Fort Metal Cross in Dixcove, and we are about to learn the history behind this beautiful fort. And here is our tour guide who will be giving us the history, and we'll be listening to him concerning what he's saying. So he will start with the history. Boss, so concerning the history over here, my history.
Dixcove Fort Metal Cross.
Every fort you see in Ghana has its country of origin. With this fort, three things came together for it to be constructed. We have the stones, the bricks, and the limestone. The three main reasons why this fort was constructed was for the trade in ivory, gold, and spices. Most of the trade at the fort was barter. When the locals bring gold, the slave masters or the whites in return will give them either a mirror, gunpowder, and a hat. It was mostly things the locals have never seen before. The fort was also trading in ivory, which was mostly brought from Ivory Coast by ships, reason the country has the name Ivory Coast. Meanwhile in Ghana, there were abundance of gold, hence the name Gold Coast. Some of the locals were also bringing their able male children in exchange for mirror, gunpowder, and other materials as well. The whites initially built this fort in trading of spices, ivory, and gold. But when the locals started bringing their male children in exchange for the materials, the whites also became interested in the sale of human beings. So then, 3 rooms were reserved to keep the human beings that were brought by the locals, 2 for the males and 1 for the females. Each room accommodated 25 people, so in all, 75 human beings were kept as slaves in the fort. When these slaves are locked up, they are never allowed to see the sunlight. This could last for up to 3 months unless they are being transported to a castle or overseas. They were never provided food unless the leftovers from the governors and the soldiers. Mostly, the females were sometimes allowed to come out. That was when the governors wanted to have sex with some of them. The governors, who are also referred to as the slave masters, did not bring their wives because of the unfavorable weather conditions in West Africa and also presence of mosquitoes. Before the governors have sex with these ladies, they will make sure they are cleaned up and well fed before they are brought into their room, just in case these ladies get pregnant after the sexual intercourse. There was no doctor at that time, but the governors or the slave masters had a technique that they could use to sense that one is pregnant. When this happens, they take the lady out of the dungeon and take her to the entrance. When they see any passerby, they will call that passerby, mostly locals, and they will give the lady to her to take her home.
Black person there, me and all day, little man. Hello, Ubu in Safro, ya na Abba, Ebe ya na, or Jabayano, or Zinacho.
The tour guide is giving another history of the fort, which I will translate immediately he ends his sentence.
Nti wobe si fie no bo wie a nde we wie ho na edwuma ya anade ne de no we wie nde wada sore ya lape na efie ni bebi de wa wa yegu nti na wante ase na wokọ konfuni no ho
Ona no kwe
abrofo na la wokọ akonfuni no ho nti wokọ na akonfuni ni kire won de chide wa ya amamla wa ha nti amamla na chide wa ya no ha no was nipa de seni na waje besesa ho na wana kra ana wana ndete shahano nti onwo nso wa ba no wambo na nanu mamane na wokọ na nana ni fie no wokotu so abayo a na wenye 16 years a woye virgin girl na wohyehyɛ ni sika kokɔ ni bi na wotu amna wa na waje ni hye wo bu anado alive for sacrifice nti azeche no na wokɔ ba wo bibiala.
Okay, so what this man is actually trying to say is that when this fort was being built, whenever they build it, some parts collapses. Whenever they build it, some parts collapses. So the whites went to see one of the chief priests to ask questions on why the fort keeps collapsing whenever they build it. And the chief priest told them that they need to sacrifice a human being before the fort can stand or can be built. So the whites went to the chief's palace to get a 16-year-old virgin girl, which they put on some gold ornaments, brought here and buried that 16-year-old girl alive over here before the fort was able to be built. So this is what he is trying to say. So this is where the 16-year-old virgin was buried. She was buried over here. That's why they made this place the center of the fort. So as you can see, this is where the 16-year-old virgin was buried. They can be soldiers. If I soldiers,
Next 3 rooms. If I say okay, and now soldiers now what that 3-1 so the first order
okay. So this is a room for the soldiers. I mean, military guys used to. This is where they were sleeping. Those who were guarding the forts and they were actually keeping security over here. So this was their room, and 2 people in one room.
The first obechi na the graveyard.
So the first chief. So this is the graveyard of the first chief of Dixcove. So we are here at Dixcove, and they're not the chief, the first. This is graveyard. So as you can see, it's right over here. So let's.
Governor and soldiers on his band.
Okay.
A house on a 3 months on a shape and a bar was a metacross in what just shaman.
Okay, inscription. So this is the kitchen of where the slave masters or where they cook the food for both the slaves and the slave masters and everybody who was at the fort. So this is the kitchen where they cook their food. So look at. Just come close and check this out, See the kitchen, and everything is still intact,
Simple, if you a Dana McCann there about what food and what cleaning. A Hannah was in the enemy food 25 was the one.
Oh, okay.
Now passes banana, then soon we'll go top one. Fort Museum. But including the employee Dixcove. Local name now chair or Yefumano. But Dixcove, Papanism Dichin. Now brought from into Mambo is in Dichi. Say Dichi Cove na called oil. No, what in Dixcove.
So check this out for Metal Cross 1692. Right here at Dixcove, 1692 for Metal Cross. So where we are standing is actually one of the slave dungeons. You know, this is where some of the slaves were kept, and as you can see, and this hole you see right there is where they passed their food. So when they are giving the slaves food, they are feeding them. This is the hole that they pass their food through for the slaves. So here, as you can see, here is the slave dungeon. So,
this place you see right here is the bathroom and toilet for the soldiers, but it has been upgraded or renovated into modern toilet facility and a modern bathroom.
So this is the symbol of the king of England, right? Yeah. King George III. That's the symbol. So as you can see, and this is their cannon that they used to fight the enemies on the sea. As you can see. So this is a bigger symbol. You know, this is a bigger symbol of the King George III symbol. We are just continuing the history. We're just learning more about Fort Metal Cross 1692. Let's go.
Now fix a cross in the sea top. Okay. Now was a big day woman for men were just sunny. And so just were changing around the one game Miss Celeba. Now I shall sit there or lobo. Was a bell and no Peter 3 tones. I want to say what you say. My enemies rebel soldiers more overseen and no photo. No watching. I wasn't okay, so this bell was used to alert the soldiers in case there were enemies coming from, you know, from over there from the sea or something. So this was the bell that was used to alert the soldiers. They would just ring it, and according to him, it has different tones, and they understand every tone and its meaning. Some tones mean different things. Other means war. You know, there are enemies coming and all that. So this is what he's just trying to say concerning this whole bell and all that.
Yeah, so this is where they pass the food to the slaves. This is the hole that they pass the food down to the slaves. As you can see, it's still there.
So na so mani dia. Pejina man wa bia ni dey na one soldier akọ inside. Ti say awude na point ada pia. Na we bejina man wa bia ni dey we be gamu. Nti opie ni tripie na sida bi ni tripie na da bi maniti be pie na won saboto do no. No we yi na fiche ni mu na was na forget to bathroom.
Okay, so what he's saying is that, when some of the slave masters need some of the slaves, especially the females, to have some pleasure with them, the slave masters stand here and watch through this hole. So when they are watching through the hole, there will be a soldier inside the dungeon who will bring one of the slaves out, will bring her to this point, and if the slave master wants that female, the slave master will point that I want this. If he doesn't want it, he will say no, and the soldier will bring another female, and they will be standing here. The slave masters will be here, and they will be watching through this hole to say, okay, I want this one, or I don't want this one. So this was another use for this hole, not only for food, but also for the slave masters to know what they want. So we are right here at the gate of no return, but our tour guide is going to give us history concerning the whole place, and let's just listen to him, boss.
So this is the gate of no return. The gate of no return has only two uses. It is used by the locals when they are bringing in their children for trade, and also when the slaves are being escorted out into ships to be taken overseas. And when they reach this point to be taken overseas, they are being branded with hot metal. A metal in the shape of a cross. Reason for the name Fort Metal Cross.
So this is the gate of no return.
So there you have it, the beautiful Fort Metal Cross. Even with its dark history, you cannot deny this fort of its beauty and elegance. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video as well. See you next time.